Where are you going? He asked. Mind your own business, she answered. On Tuesday, she met Mr. Noisy. He was singing. Noisily, of course. Shut up, she told him. On Wednesday, she met Mr. Happy. He was smiling, as usual. Take that silly smile off your face, she said. As you can imagine, little Miss Bossy wasn't very popular, to say the least. Now, little did Miss Bossy realize, but somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Nosy around. And that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Noisy around. And that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Happy around. That somebody was Wilfred, the wizard. And he went home thinking, something really ought to be done about Miss Bossy, he thought to himself as he walked along. When he arrived home, he went straight to his library and took a large red book down from a bookshelf. It was rather dusty, as it hadn't been read for some time. Let's see now, he said to himself as he settled into an armchair. He turned to page 304. At the top of the page, it said, How to Stop People from Being Bossy. Wilfred the wizard read the page very carefully, shut the book, put it back on the bookshelf, and grinned. A particularly wizardy sort of a grin. The next day, which was Thursday, little Miss Bossy met somebody who was fast asleep. As usual, Mr. Lazy. Wake up, she said bossily, and prodded him in the tummy. Ouch, protested Mr. Lazy. But behind Miss Bossy, Wilfred the wizard, who had been following her, said something too, under his breath. A wizardy word he'd learned from page 304. Suddenly, as if by magic, which it was, there appeared on Miss Bossy's feet a pair of boots. 1 minute they weren't there, the next minute they were. Miss Bossy looked down in alarm. They were magic boots, and being magic boots, they could speak to each other. Hello, left, said the right boot. Hello, right, said the left boot. Ready when you are, said right. Right, said left. And off they went. Little Miss Bossy couldn't do a thing about it. Mr. Lazy was very amused. Well done, Wilfred, he chuckled. Wilfred winked a wizardy wink. Those boots marched little Miss Bossy for 5 miles. She was exhausted. Ready, left, said the right boot. Ready, replied left. Hot 10, said right. Shun, said left. And they came to a halt. Little Miss Bossy was quite out of breath. She tried to take off her boots, but it was impossible. Along came Wilfred. Those, said Wilfred, pointing to the boots, are only for people who are too bossy. Make them go away at once, cried Miss Bossy, stamping her foot. Well, at least she tried to stamp her foot, but the boot wouldn't. We're out of stamps, chuckled right. Left giggled. Yep. You will do as I say, shouted Miss Bossy. Ready when you are, said right. Right away, replied left. Quick, march! And off they went again. Left, right, left, right, left, right, for 10 miles. And then they stopped again. And along came Wilfred. Make these stupid boots go away, shouted Miss Bossy. Only if you say the magic word, replied Wilfred. Miss Bossy thought, and thought, and thought again. Please, she said. That's better, smiled Wilfred. And he said the wizardy word from page 304 again, under his breath. The boots disappeared, as if by magic. Now then, said Wilfred sternly, wagging his finger, stop being bossy, or you know what will happen. Miss Bossy nodded, miserably. Very well, smiled Wilfred, and left. And do you know something? From then on until now, little Miss Bossy was a changed person. Not bossy at all. And you know why, don't you? You know what she's afraid of. Bossy boots.